Hello everyone, welcome on in. It's time for some more Steins Gate. So, in my pinnacle of not smartness, I got us the first flag for the true ending. I shouldn't have done that. Not for, completionist reasons. If I just wanted to get, the true end and call it a day, then sure, fine, but I want to get all the things, so, must be this one then. It is this one. Okay, let me double check the guide. I did not get that handy because I'm not smart. So why am I still here is what we should have picked. So just selecting America should be good, but let's actually... Shit, no. But, screams a little bit. I just wanted to pull up the menu, not cancel. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I wanted to make a proper save here. So that way we can go back to this when it's time for the true ending. Okay, there we go. Ugh. Over here. And then we'll lock it. Yeah. Okay. Now we can select America and be fine to go. You miss your mommy? Then just make an international call. Why is he like this? Yeah, that should do it. Yippee! And now we're officially in Chapter 5, Dogma in Event Horizon. Let's fucking go! I open my eyes to a deep scarlet sky. And the sky is vast, and the color ominous. I've never seen it like this before. Where am I? Why am I here? I don't understand. I'm thirsty. It hurts to breathe. And this void is no place for a human. Who am I? I can barely recall. My soul is melting into the void. Is someone there? Anyone? Something moves in the corner of my eye. It's suspiciously mayuri shaped. Found you, Okarin. A pleasant voice silences the buzzing in my ears. I see a girl. She's sitting on a nearby rock. And this is the Earth, 70 million years ago. Some scary people sent you here in a time machine. No, that's not good. This is a dream, right? His face looks wider than it probably should look, which makes me very inclined to, yeah. Mayushi went looking for you and found openings from many, many world lines. Nope. That's a little fucked. You're one of many openings, and also the original. Mayushi is one of many Mayushis, and also the original. And now, Okarin and Mayushi are going to die here. Ominous, thank you. Wimmed. This is a dream, right, Mayuri? But I know that another Okarin and Mayushi will pick up where we left off. 70 million years in the future. So everything's A-okay. This is a dream! It's the 10th. At 4:53. Oh. It was a dream. What a horrible nightmare. Honestly, props to the anime for finding the ugliest angles on Okabe. Kind of impressive. I guess the third email I got is still weighing on my mind. Still, Mayuri had to save me. Even in a dream, that's unacceptable. Besides, Mayuri's not smart enough to talk about time travel like that. I sit up and look around the room. Mayuri's watching a Ride at Kokoru DVD. I wish I had an Upa. An Upa would be pretty iconic, not gonna lie. Pats him. Looking at her sitting there all spaced out, Mayuri needs my protection. I chug a Doc P and check my phone. I'm gonna drink my Doc P because I got, well, Doc K. It's specifically a cream soda flavor, which is really nice actually. So, how is it? Nice. I like it. I wish it had a berry flavor, but you know, that's just me missing blackberry Dr. Pepper and also the strawberries and cream one too. But it's okay. No new emails. I sent Tutturu a mail several hours ago, just to make sure that he really isn't Suzuha's father. He hasn't replied yet. It was about Suzuha, of course, but he has yet to reply. Obviously, Daido and the others don't know that I changed the past. Instead, they remember partying with Suzuha all night long. It was strange listening to them talk happily about an event I attended but do not remember. Wait, is that my phone ringing? Okay. Well, look at the name makes me want to groan. My instincts tell me not to pick up. This is Hyo Kyoma.
No, it's Ferris, no.
No, it's you. Akihadri Miho.
No? Who's that, no?
I could have sworn her real name was Akihadri Miho. Don't tell me. Could the D-mail have changed that too?
Ferris is Ferris, no? I don't have any other names, no?
Yeah, right. Your true name is Ferris. My apologies. Of course, she's just being her usual self. Well, what is it?
You've been too conspicuous, no? The cat's out of the bag, and now you're trapped, no?
Huh?
The four guardian kings have awakened, no? There's no escape, no?
Is that so? If you think the four guardian kings can stop me, just wait and see. Akiba will be drowning in blood before nightfall.
After the four guardian kings and the four guardian queens, no? After that, it's the 8 devils, and then the Black Angel 12, no?
That many? What's going on in this town?
You've really stirred up a hornet's nest, no? I'm sorry, Kyoma, but this is checkmate, no?
No, it's not over yet. If I can just acquire the item, I can turn the tide. Have you still not located an IBN 5100?
Sorry, no. I have agents looking all over the world, but still no luck, no?
Please hurry. I'm running out of time.
Okay, no. I'll tell you as soon as I find one, Kyoma. Until then, hold on to your 9 lives, no?
I love when they bounce off of each other like this in their silly little tuniness. Yeah. I can't die yet. L. Sai. Ko. Damn, she hung up on him. I love Mamoru Miyano's sounds so much. Damn it. That's why I hate talking to Ferris. Same day at almost 6 p.m. This time around, my search for an IBM 5100 is going poorly. Actually, I suppose I should consider myself lucky for having found one so easily the first time. I mean, the IBM 5100 is practically an urban legend. There are people, like Moeka, who have spent months searching with no success. Last time, it barely took me 3 days to reach Yanabayashi Shrine, almost as if something was guiding me there. It was fate. No, it was the choice of Steins Gate. And that's why its loss is so painful. I guess that's why they call it the Phantom PC. I read on @channel that some collectors will pay millions of yen to buy one. IBM 5100s are serious business, man. Maji yabai. They have that higher premium. The people must know their secret. They're all after that data in CERN's mainframe. I don't get it. How come they're so expensive? Because they were the equivalent of 8 grand in today's money back then when they came out? I don't know, man. I mean, I guess they were pretty expensive to begin with. Looks like one cost about 20,000 back in the day. Maybe I misremembered when Skullobloke looked up the value of the IBM 5100, but either way. 20,000. That is expensive. Anyway, I can't believe it's so hard to find one. Sure, it was a nice machine for its time, but only for its time. You'd have to be crazy to want one now. Well, guess who's crazy, Daru? Maybe it's one guy buying them all up. The harder something is to obtain, the stronger the desire for it becomes. That's how people are. And that's exactly how I feel now. It's not just about plunging the world into chaos anymore. We need the power to oppose CERN's evil ambitions. And then there's that threatening email to consider. We're way out of our league here. That's why we need a trump card to hold against them. Okay. That was weird. Whoa, what's this? What's wrong? But there's no way that's right. What are you talking about? Explain. Well, I'm pulling data off the server, looking for a way to gain root access. And these files are downloading crazy fast. I mean, we're talking light speed here. It's hard to believe, but for some reason, this area has a direct fiber optic line to CERN. Several lines, even. I honestly forgot about this. Direct? What do you mean? I mean, there's literally a fiber optic cable running from underneath this building to CERN's headquarters in France. Was that strange? Yeah? Have a look. This is the route we used to visit the National Assembly of France's site. It starts from our IP address. From there, it passes through various relays in Japan, jumps to France, then bounces around there for a while before finally reaching the National Assembly site. It takes 16 steps total to get there. The average transfer rate is about 300 milliseconds. That's normal for an overseas connection. In other words, there's a route we have to take to get to France from Japan. Everyone takes the same route. Other countries are the same. Even browsing domestically takes about 10 steps. Now let's try CERN. There's only one step. And the transfer rate is hundreds of times better than usual. Crazy fast. You can't even get these numbers domestically, man. Compared to the also France-based National Assembly website earlier, the difference was staggering. Why do we have a direct line? Is this even possible? It was like this when we found it. I didn't do anything. So this building's already had a hotline to CERN? This can't be a coincidence. It might just be the choice of Steins. It doesn't make sense. Why would there be an independent line running from here all the way to CERN? Fucking yawns. No Japanese or French telecommunication company would set up something like this, which means CERN did it themselves. CERN might be able to see everything we're doing. No, maybe. Maybe CERN has been expecting us for years. How could that be? The answer is simple. John Tutturu claims to have come from 2036, a dystopian world that's been under CERN's rule for 2 years. Meaning that CERN completed their time machine by 2034. Maybe the CERN of 2034 considers our opposition in 2010 a threat. Maybe they used their time machine to travel to 2000 and install a fiber optic cable to track our every move. It's entirely possible. Has the invention of time machines started an intertemporal war? If so, what can we do? But thanks to this direct line, we can now control the LHC remotely. You figured out how?
Wow, that's amazing, Data-kun.
With a connection this fast, we can control the LHC practically in real time. I haven't actually tried it yet, though. That's right. Even if this is some kind of CERN trap, we might be able to make use of it. They're still vulnerable to our attack.
The LHC is that 20-kilometer long tunnel thing, right? What does it do again?
It accelerates protons and smashes them together.
Oh, yeah. Mini black holes, right?
The official line is that mini black holes might manifest as a byproduct of the particle collision, but that's not the truth. Me and my fucking big yawns. According to the top secret documents we found, the LHC was intended to create black holes from the very beginning. I'm very uncomfortable in my chair. Let me fix that. In theory. That's definitely better. But we still don't know exactly how they do it. Oh boy, a mail. Oh my, this is a big message.
Oneself. It's easy to pretend to be someone you're not. Ultimately, however, there's no escaping the contradictions between your true self and the real you. It's a paradox, and paradoxes can't hold. I tried to tell myself I didn't need anyone. Not forming bonds would only hurt. But somehow I ended up joining your circle of friends. I still don't know if it was for the best. No, I'm sure it was. Without you, I would have given up on ever finding my dad. I don't know why I wrote all this. I guess what I'm trying to say is... thanks.
Cute. False self. Are we sharing confessions now? Be careful to whom you expose your innermost feelings. They may use them against you. There, that should do it. I agree. Okabe. Yurisu suddenly emerges from the development room. She was cooped up in there all morning. I feel like I can maybe use this for something. I don't know. What's wrong? I figured it out. Figured what out? Well, good to know that Kiyoma also doesn't know. I think I know how the phone wave works. Really? Keep in mind that this is just a hypothesis based on what we've observed. It's closely related to what you guys were just talking about, the LHC. I believe it was you, Christina, who called the LHC the world's largest microwave. Yes, exactly. My hunch was right. You've created a monster, Okabe. A monster. It doesn't belong in some amateur lab, and before you take that as an endorsement of your abilities, I mean it in a bad way. I pushed the IBM 5100 in our direct connection to CERN from my mind to give Kurisu my undivided attention. Give me details. Did you know that the microwave oven was invented as a byproduct of radar research? Crazy. Dori and I nod. Mayuri shakes her head. I'm with Mayuri. Let's go. Microwaves are electromagnetic waves with a frequency of 2.45 gigahertz. The phone wave is commercial grade, so its output is around 1500 to 2000 watts. I can read. I can speak words so good. Here's the important part. Kurisu goes on to explain that the electromagnetic waves output by the microwave are somehow quote-unquote connected to electromagnetic waves output by the phone. In fact, you could say that they fuse together. According to Daru's blueprints, the microwave and the phone are made to send out shared electromagnetic waves by taking their leads and hardwiring each of them to the magnetotron's cathode and anode. Both devices use electromagnetic waves. I'm not a specialist though, so I can't examine the extent or magnitude of the influence that fusion has. But hypothetically, if the cell phone were to become a stepping stone, scattering the military-grade electromagnetic waves over a vast range of hundreds of kilometers, and then not just Akihabara, but all of Tokyo would turn into the inside of a microwave oven. Taking into account slight variance due to the body weight, the average time until death for the people inside would be 3 minutes. Seriously? Then the phone wave's a weapon of mass destruction, isn't it? Is it really that powerful? Let me tell you what happens inside the phone wave. The air inside the oven is full of invisible hydrogen atoms. First, it bombards the atoms with microwaves to increase their energy potential. This is the normal function of a microwave oven. But when you add the electromagnetic waves from the phone, the harmonics trigger a chain reaction. The particles collide repeatedly at near light speed, gaining mass and energy each time. In other words, it becomes a sort of particle accelerator. A particle accelerator? It's literally the same as the LHC. So, if the LHC was created to generate mini black holes, the phone wave, named subject to change, must also produce many black holes. Kurisu doesn't deny it. It's a miracle that thing has been so stable. But there's still one thing I don't understand. Even if it does produce many black holes, they should evaporate instantly. But that's not what happens in the phone wave. The jellification phenomenon proves that.
Just like in the LHC, our mini black holes are turning into pure black holes.
According to Tutturu, you have to inject electrodes to produce the pure black hole effect.
Where do the injected electrons come from? That's that I don't understand. The LHC uses something called a lifter to inject electrons into the black hole and control the gravitational field. Something is filling that role inside the phone wave.
Something?
Like I said, I don't know what.
So I guess that's what it comes down to. Looks like we need to review what the LHC is. LHC stands for Large Hadron Collider.
Hadron? Is the name of an elementary particle.
The LHC is basically a huge circular tunnel underneath Switzerland and France. It sits about 100 meters below ground and has a total length of 27 kilometers. There are two rings that run through the tunnel. Inside the rings is the super low temperature vacuum, an environment like outer space basically. Seriously, Moe. In an adjacent facility, protons are gradually accelerated by the linear accelerator, the proton synchrotron booster, and the super proton synchrotron. Finally, they're injected into the LHC, where they undergo their final acceleration via a series of superconducting magnetics installed in the tunnel. By now, they're traveling at up to 99.9999991% the speed of light. That's enough to melt your brain. Not as dangerous as the phone wave, though. Finally, the accelerated protons collide approximately 1 to 10 billion times per second. The purpose of the LHC project is to study the high-energy reactions that result. Or so they say. We know they're a bunch of stinking liars. And that, my fellow lab members, brings us to the question. Can the phone wave, named subject to change, beat CERN to true physical time travel?
Two problems. 1. Setting the destination. 2. The lifter.
We've already established that the email arrives precisely when and where it's supposed to.
It's dangerous to accept that without verification.
As for the lifter, we already know it exists. We just need to figure out what it is.
I don't think we're going to find it. The phone wave's not exactly big, you know, and we've been poking at it for days without turning up a clue. Even if we do find it, it'll take forever to learn how to tune the electron feed properly.
How long is forever?
CERN's been working on it for 9 years, and they still haven't solved it.
We're just amateurs, so it's bound to take even longer. Let's look at it from a different angle. CERN tried to send people back in time, but they couldn't get the electron feed right. The singularities were not naked. They were still clothed, a little bit. It's the same with the phone wave, named subject to change. You can only send 36 bytes of data safely. Otherwise, you get a jelly man. Let's consider the problem in reverse. What if we could convert a human to data? They compress that data into just 36 bytes. We could send that person through the ring singularity, just like a demon, couldn't we? Converting human to data? That's not even possible, man. And even if it were, there'd be like exabytes of data or something. You want to compress that into 36 bytes? Are you high? I thought it was a good idea. I guess it's not that easy. The barriers to time travel are just too high.
Of course. If it works, then maybe we can do it.
Do what? Time travel? Are you serious?
The data compression part, at least, is easy. We can just use the black holes created by the LHC, since black holes compress everything they swallow. Compression won't harm the data like it would harm a human, as long as we're just sending data. There's nothing to worry about.
How do you plan to convert humans into data?
You know that my thesis got published, right?
This is no time to flaunt your accomplishments.
Have you read it?
I haven't. I've got scans if you want to read it. Let's go.
The title of my thesis is Analysis of Memory-Related Nerve Impulses in the Temporal Lobe.
Temporal lobe? Nerve impulses? What? You didn't know? No, wait. This can't be right. This title sounds like, neuroscience, not physics.
I'm a neuroscientist. Got a problem?
From the way she talks about particle accelerators and time travel theory, I was sure she had to be a physicist. No, forget about that. How is this related to time travel?
Converting an entire human to data is impossible. But converting a human's memories may be possible.
Converting memories to data?
Imagine a chest of drawers. Each drawer is filled with tiny boxes, and inside each box is another bunch of tiny boxes. You keep opening boxes until you find the memory you're looking for. Now, before you ask how this relates to time travel, there's one more thing I need to explain. Several years ago, my lab, the neurophysiology lab at Victor Condria University, developed a technology called visual rebuilding, or VR for short.
Oh, Victor Condria University.
Put simply, it enables conversion of video data into nerve impulse signals. Used in reverse, it can also convert nerve impulses into video data, or any other kind of electronic data. So, if we combine VR technology with my research, do you see where I'm going?
No way. We can convert memories into data?
Not just that. Memory transplantation, backups, external storage. All of these things become possible.
It's like science fiction. In a sense, this technology could be used to copy a person's soul. So, basically, what you're saying is that we convert the subject's memories into video data. Use the LHC's black hole to compress that data into 36 bytes. Send that data through the curved black hole inside the phone with name subject to change. And finally, imprint those memories of the subject's brain in the past.
What does that mean? We can send our memories back in time. In order to differentiate it from physical time travel, let's call it a time leap for now. You don't go back, just your memories. It's so crazy, but nobody's thought of it before.
A scientific blind spot. She's right. The idea is ridiculous, which is exactly why none of the geniuses at CERN could come up with it. To transfer memories to the past via cell phone, to time leap.
The important thing to remember is that only memories are being transferred. Personality and consciousness aren't included.
What does that mean? How is it different from what you see in sci-fi novels?
Time leaping in sci-fi usually sense everything: consciousness, personality, and memory. But in real life, there's probably too much data. And besides, we've only analyzed memories. Think of consciousness, personality, and memory as separate things. Memories are like the video data stored on your computer. And consciousness and personality are like the OS.
But videos can take up way more space than the OS.
It's just an example. For starters, it's still not clear where personality and consciousness are located, or how they are constructed. So, we can't convert them into data, or at least I can't.
So we can only send memories. Where does that leave us?
Your memories aren't the only thing that define you. Even if you send your memories to the past, it'll be the receiving use consciousness and personality that processes them.
So in Mindzord terms, it's like copying data from a Vista computer to a Min-95 computer.
Data created with the latest OS might not work on an older OS. It might cause errors. For example, if you sent your current memories to yourself in elementary school, the gap between your memories and your body could have serious consequences.
Anyway, is it correct to assume that we'll be targeting ourselves in the past?
Just like with D-mail, we're using cell phones as the transfer medium. To be precise, you can only leap into your own body, and only if you had a cell phone at the time of reception.
There's an exception in Lukako's case where we sent a D-mail to the pager, but that doesn't apply to time leaping.
If you try sending memories to someone else, how do I put this? There's a danger that electrical signals might be rejected.
Wouldn't want to jump into someone else's body. I mean, unless it's the body of a cute girl. Egg? Egg moment from Dario? Is this guy capable of a non-perverted thought?
Don't me, you idiot. If it just bounces off, that's fine. But I'm worried incompatible memory data might do serious damage to the recipient's psyche. I don't know what might happen. No one's done it before, after all.
That makes us pioneers. I like it.
There are two things I do know. One, you definitely cannot go back before you were born. And two, you won't exist in two places at once. And that means you don't have to worry about causing a paradox. You can't kill your parents before you were born.
So the phones act like black and white holes. It seems like a strange coincidence that cell phones would be the medium of time travel. But really, could it have been anything else? These days, people wear their cell phones like a second skin. No other medium could reliably deliver the memories to their intended target. I was gonna do his silly little laugh. Mm-hmm. It's me. Everything is falling into place. The plan can now proceed to the final stage. I'm talking about Operation Verdandi, obviously. Verdandi? I don't know. Christina had me fooled. I never knew she was capable of this. It must have been the choice of Steins Gate that sent her here. Don't worry. I have everything under control. Nothing can stop us now. L. Sai Konguru. Were you listening? Good. Commence preparations for Operation Verdandi.
First, explain what that is.
She looks so cute here. I must screenshot. We're going to build your timely machine, Christina. And you better not say it can't be done. Not after showing me the way.
Well, this is Akihabara. I should be able to find the parts I need.
Then it's decided. I am placing you in charge of this operation. Whatever you need, ask, and it shall be yours. Together, we shall complete the first time leap machine in human history. It's now later in the day. Yeah. Kurisu and Dada go home, leaving me with Mayuri. Mayuri? You're not going home? She usually doesn't stay this late. If she doesn't go home soon, her parents might get worried.
I was thinking about what Okarin and Chris-chan were talking about earlier. I was trying to figure out what the things he said meant, but it's all so complicated. I didn't get any of it. The only thing I get is that something amazing is gonna happen.
Indeed. The world is about to change, and we shall be the ones to lead humanity into the future.
You're shining, Okarin.
Shining? What does that mean?
You're shining. Chris-chan too. Like two bright stars in the sky.
No. Speaking of, look at her. Look at this cutie pie. Anyways. That must be my aura of madness you're sensing. And he's gonna do a silly little laugh. Yep.
You know, it's been 10 days since Chris-chan joined us. Can I tell you how I've been feeling? Since Chris-chan became a lab mem, it feels like things have really started to happen. Like we're a real lab now, you know?
I feel the same. I must admit, her knowledge has been a great asset. Of course. The girl genius would never have joined us if not for the cunning of Hyoin Kyoma. Uh-huh.
And that's why you're shining so bright now, Okarin. Chris-chan is really a big help to you. I know. But I can't do anything to help. I wish I were smart too. Then maybe I could help.
Mayuri. Mayuri. She's never expressed such sentiments before. Is she jealous of Kurisu's talents?
Back when the lab just started, before Tutturu joined, it was like this a lot, wasn't it? All quiet, just the two of us.
Yeah, it was. Tutturu joined the lab in early May. Before that, he was unwilling to join no matter how I tried to convince him. Then, he learned that the lab was just 3 minutes away from May Queen Yan Yan, and suddenly he was all, "Future Gadget Lab! Hell yeah!"
Can Mayushi stay here? Is it really okay?
Don't be ridiculous. All you need to do is stay.
Just stay?
Without you, the lab would be a much less friendly place. You see how Kurisu and I argue. We can be pretty stubborn, and sometimes we don't know when to stop. But when it starts to get out of hand, Mayuri, you're always there with some ditzy, irrelevant comment to break the tension.
Are you praising me?
Of course I am. Don't worry about it a thing. Just know that you, too, are part of my plan.
And then his little laugh. Okay. Thanks, Okanin.
No. The next day at 6:03. The next day, Mayuri and I go shopping for parts in the late afternoon. Naturally, I'm paying for everything out of my own pocket. Kurisu and Tutturu have already started work on the upgrade. Encoding nerve impulses in the temporal lobe. Apparently, the conversation of memories into digital data requires software developed at Kurisu's lab in America. She could download that software from their dedicated server. But that's not the only thing we need. And there's also some kind of brain-scanning headgear that we're going to have to make ourselves. Incidentally, I have to pay extra close attention to make sure Mayuri doesn't wander off while we're shopping. I'm begging you, stick with me. If you get lost in this labyrinth of technology, you'll never escape. Not with your sense of direction.
Okie dokie. I'll be careful.
She gives me her word, but it means very little. She keeps losing track of me, forcing me to scour the shops for her. After repeating this song and dance multiple times, we finally gather all of the parts we need.
By the way, how is time leaping different from the time travel?
Time travel means your whole body travels through time. The time leap will only send your memories to the past. It's simple. Just memories. No personality or consciousness included. Now that I think of it, Kurisu didn't mention that there was no way to be sure what might happen to your consciousness.
Oh. Does that mean you can do things with time leaps that you can't do with D-mails?
D-mails can only send instructions to the past. The past may change or it may not. The results are unpredictable and depend on the recipient. And when the past does change, the world line is reconfigured. Everyone loses their old memories. I am the exception, thanks to reading Steiner. With the time leap, on the other hand, you can give your past self not just instructions, but all of the memories you have right now. Or at least, that's the idea. We won't know for sure if it works until the machine is built.
So I could send the costume I'm making back to last week? I would love to have another week to prepare for Komima.
Oh, Mayuri. Fair though. And that might be possible with time travel, but not with time leaping. Say you had a test last week. Now that you know the answers, you could send that knowledge to yourself and ace the test. But you couldn't go back and hand yourself a cheat sheet.
So, Mayashi's my cousin to Mayashi 1 week ago?
Exactly.
You can't bring stuff, but you can bring your memories. I get it. But then what about Mayashi 1 week ago? Where do her memories go?
I assume they get overridden. We haven't tested it though, so there's no way to be sure.
She disappears?
Your memories right now include your memories from back then, so even if she does disappear, you don't really lose anything. I guess you could say you're just adding your memories from 1 week in the future.
Then, if Mayashi's memories leap into the Mayashi 1 week ago, what happens to Mayashi now?
Mayuri's asking some pretty philosophical questions today.
Mayashi's memories jump to the past, but my body's still here, right? What happens to me when my memories go bye-bye?
And I'll say this also has thumbnail potential, so yoink. You become an empty shell. No, that can't be right. That wouldn't make sense. My assistant's device merely records your memory data. In other words, it's just a backup. Your original memories are still inside you. Nothing inside the brain is lost. You don't become an empty shell. Besides, neither personality nor consciousness is transferred to begin with. Your body shouldn't become an empty shell, and your consciousness shouldn't leap either. No, wait, there's another issue here. Actually, won't you become a new Mayuri, one who received memories from the future 1 week ago? Not that anybody, including me, would be able to tell the difference.
Then, does the Mayashi who had the normal memories before the time leap get erased by the Mayashi who repeated the week with the extra memories?
This is getting complicated. That's right. She's erased. In other words, you relive the week. You can do things the same, or you could do something completely different. And you'll keep your old memories of the week that disappeared.
Then, does that mean... So, I redo the week, okay. But what if I decide to go to Ikebukuro with my friends instead of coming to the lab today? And what happens to the Mayashi talking with Okuri now?
The present would change to match the past, and this conversation would never happen.
Oh. Then you wouldn't notice the difference, Okuri?
Right. No one would notice.
That would be kinda sad.
For who? Me?
No. For Mayashi.
I don't get what she means.
Maybe that's why Christian doesn't want to change the past. Oh, I just thought of something. Can you time leap into the future?
Maybe, but there wouldn't be a point. Kurisu and I reached that conclusion yesterday. The memories you send overwrite the memories at your destination. If you sent your memories 1 week into the future, then the future you would lose 1 week of memories. And the whole point of our time leap machine is to affect past events. We don't need to worry about the future. Besides, you're less likely to reach the future than you are the past. And that's because of the future is inherently unpredictable. For example, do you think you'll have the same phone for all of eternity? Or phone number?
How should I know?
Exactly my point. And remember, pagers became obsolete with the advent of cell phones. Similarly, our phones may be replaced with some other device in the future. In order for the time loop to succeed, the target you must have a phone whose number you know. As long as that condition is met, there should never be a problem with setting the destination. The real problem is what's inside the phone wave named subject to change is acting as the lifter. Until we figure that out, we can't reproduce the discharge phenomenon at will. The phone wave named subject to change will remain incomplete. On the other hand, if we can figure it out, we'll have an endless source of electrons that, unlike CERN's, needs no tuning. The phone wave named subject to change is evolving by the day. Our invention of the time leap machine will put us light years ahead of CERN. Time travel will finally become reality. I can't wait to try it out. My soul yearns for the taste of chaos. Come to think of it, more than 1 week has passed since we sent the first email, and although there was that strange threatening email, there remains no sign of Men in Black coming to haul us away. According to Tutturu, CERN hasn't discovered our hacking either. The next problem is what will happen when we use the time leap machine. In order to compress a human's entire wealth of memory into the requisite 36 bytes, we have to borrow the LHC's black hole. I can't believe that CERN won't notice an unauthorized activation of the LHC. How do we keep them from finding us? We need a plan.
Oh, I guess I can't go back to grade school, can I? I didn't have a phone back then.
You want to go back to your elementary school days? I know exactly how you feel. If you repeat elementary school with the knowledge you have now, you'll get top grades and have an easy time bending children to your will. Okabe. Why would you want to think of that?
Yeah, and I thought, maybe I could see Grandma again.
I see. I'm afraid that's not possible. Mayuri's grandmother passed away when Mayuri was in elementary school.
Yeah, it's too bad. But I guess I don't really need to see her.
You just woke up from a nap. Fair. Had a feeling you were napping, I'll be honest, but you deserve the extra rest.
I still remember her words, her smile, and her wrinkly hand patting my head. So, even if I don't see her again, I'm okay. But I really want us to see little Ocarina again.
That's silly. Back then, I was already a scientist without equal, a titan towering above the other children. Why is he like this? You can hardly be blamed for desiring to meet the child prodigy, who would one day be feared as the great mad scientist, Horin Kyoma. You're gonna hit him with hammers? Good. Probably the hammers that squeak.
I don't want to meet Hyorin, what's his face? I want to meet Okarin.
I am Horin Kyoma. Always have been, always will be. Anyway, there's no point. You haven't matured at all since that time, so nothing would change if you went back to elementary school anyway. Damn. Roast her, why don't you?
Hey, that's not true. Mayushi's all grown up now.
The only thing that's grown is how much you eat. Damn, leave her alone.
That's not true. Mayushi's a real woman now. Besides, I think Okarin's the one who hasn't changed since then.
Get his ass. Isn't that what I said? I was already a genius mad scientist when you met me. And cue his sleeve. Yeah. By the way, Mayuri, have you not been working recently?
Working? You mean that Lemon?
Of course, Meikui Nyanyan doesn't exist in the current wholesome Akiba.
Koima's coming up, so I'm taking a few days off. I got costumes to make.
Real? How many costumes are you making this year?
3. One for Kaede-chan, one for Fubuki-chan, and then there's one for Rika-chan.
I wonder if Lukiko's sort of choosing to wear it. No, wait, that was before we sent the email. Now Lukiko's a girl, I guess. How confusing.
Ah, it's Moika-san.
Nani? What? The intensity of her expression makes me hesitate to call out to her. She'll probably just ignore me like before. And that shiny finger is hard to handle. On the other hand, she is a lamb. I can't just ignore her. Hey, finger. Why the long face, eh?
Tutturu, Moika-san, what are you doing here?
Uh-huh. Hey, are you listening? If you have a problem, then say a mad scientist, Horin Kyoma, will gladly assist. But, be warned, by the time I'm through, Akiba will be an ocean of blood. Uh-huh. Hi, Moika. What is it? What's wrong? Uh-huh. She doesn't speak. That hasn't changed. I guess I should be ready for a mail. Oh, yep, there goes her phone. The time machine. What happened to the time machine? What do you mean, what happened? Uh-huh. Are you still using it? Did you figure out how it works? We don't fully understand it yet. We're in the middle of upgrading it.
It's amazing. This time, we might even be able to time leap.
What's a time leap? Tell me more. Don't write anything about it. Otherwise, we'll have to expel you from the lab. I guess she won't write an article. Our hacking of CERN has uncovered a new possibility for the phone wave named subject to change. It's a form of time travel made possible by borrowing CERN's equipment. This discovery will begin a new age of human civilization. No longer will men be slaves to time. Any future you desire can be yours. I just realized a bit of a kind of funny miscommunication here. Because he told her not to write about it, but he meant like as an article. But she's not typing on her phone anymore because she interpreted it literally as in don't write. Anyways. In history, we'll record that we, the Future Gadget Laboratory, changed the world forever.
Okarin, that was really confusing. You lost Mayushi.
His little pant noise. How can you not be moved by my speech? I'm talking about becoming legends here. Moika bites her lip and types out a mail in irritation.
What is it? What's a time leap?
The time leap is a way to send your memories to the past. We found a way to make that possible. Soon, we will complete the machine to become the undisputed lords of time. Mayuri's little face here. Okabe's extra rat right now.
Okarin came up with the idea, and Christian told us how to do it. Tadakun's helping, and Mayushi and Okarin are shopping. I can read.
Moika sounds.
Are you okay, Moika-san? Do you feel sick? That's amazing. You made a real breakthrough. Congratulations. When will it be finished?
I can't be sure. There are still several problems remaining. If they don't give us too much trouble, I guess we'll have it done in a week. On the other hand, we can't do anything until they're solved. Everything is the choice of Steins gates. I have faith there exists a path to success. And once the door is opened, the chaos for which I have so longed shall at last descend upon the earth. Trumpets will sound from the highest heaven, and the final battle, Ragnarok, will begin. Why is he like this?
Who are you fighting, Okarin?
The organization, of course. Their rule must end once and for all.
Well, don't do anything dangerous, okay?
Why does Mighty insist on worrying about me? She's giggling. Oh. Yeah, it's just still giggling. Oh dear. Okabe's expression here.
What do you think is wrong with Moika-san?
A lot. I've known she was kind of strange ever since I met her, but this... Yep, he's just doing that now, I guess.
What? No, Okarin's acting weird.
He's always acting weird, Mayuri. Be real.
Mayushi's worried.
No. Could you see mumble something? Anonymous, the Committee of 300 or whatever was totally made up by whacked-up conspiracy nuts. Even if someone could prove they exist, the idea that 300 people could somehow control the world is cheeny bullshit. Get real. When I returned to the lab with my spoils of war, something surprising, though not too surprising, come to think of it, catches my eye. Kurisu sound. As soon as she notices I return, she quickly closes the window on the screen. Hey! This dumbass grin. Look at this loser. What were you looking at just now? I already know the answer, of course. I caught a glimpse of the screen before she closed it.
I was doing research.
Looks like she plans to continue this charade. Okabe sound. Embarrassed Kurisu noises.
Got a problem? Hey, what's with that "this is awful" Rofel laughter?
I have no fear, Christina. Or should I call you Out-Channeler Chris?
Don't call me that.
I already knew. That's right. I realized long ago that you were not Channeler. I'd also be embarrassed if I used the 2chan. You can't hide it from me. You reek of at-channel corruption.
How rude. I make sure to apply light perfume every day.
Fool. And that's not what I meant. I'm talking about the sense of your soul.
My soul? What's that supposed to mean? Explain.
Why? So you can learn how to hide it? Bonks Okabe. Good.
Shut up. Just explain already.
There's nothing to explain. You use at-channel memes in conversation. I'd have to be stupid not to notice. Or not use at-channel.
It feels bad, man.
And that's an at-channel meme too. Your soul is tainted with the essence of at-channel. You cannot hide it. Not in such close proximity to another who uses at-channel memes in actual conversation. Your souls resonate. This dumbass.
And that's it. It's all Hashida's fault.
But it's cute how you try to hide it at-channel Chris. Don't call me that. If looks could kill. But I don't understand. You were raised in America, so how are you so familiar with at-channel?
You can browse that channel from America. Need I say more?
I get it. Living in an English-only environment made you hungry for Japanese. But did you have to resort to at-channel? I mean, if you believe that pseudo-intellectuals in the media, browsing at-channel is like reading scribbles on the bathroom wall.
Sure, it's not the friendliest place, but I couldn't find anywhere that felt more Japanese.
I mean, fair enough, I guess?
Anyway, can I ask you a favor?
What is it? Kurisu mumbles something, but her voice is so low I can't make it out. If you have something to say it.
Don't tell anyone else about this.
What difference does it make? Daru's the most hardcore at-channeler who ever lived, and Mayuri's an otaku too. Even eyebrows at-channel regularly. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Just boldly write hobbies, browsing at-channel on your resume. Maybe don't put that on your resume. As far as I'm aware, 2chan is a lot better than 4chan, but like, you know, being better than 4chan isn't a high bar to meet, so you know.
Not a chance, you idiot.
What? You mean you'd rather post anchors on VIP? It's still a chan and chans are cesspools. Exactly. Like I said before, 2chan being better than 4chan is not a high margin. I hate myself for understanding those words. But whatever. If it will help you focus on the time leap machine, I'll keep your secret for now. Besides, it's just a matter of time before you make another mistake and reveal your true colors.
You don't have to worry about me. Remember that I represented my entire laboratory when we presented our research, even though they were men twice my age on the project.
Damn, that's a good flex.
I'm an expert at dealing with people. I'll have no trouble keeping it a secret.
Nupo.
Ga. No.
Just as I thought. That channel's in her blood and bones. She doesn't have a prayer.
Oh boy, a new message. From Mayuri. What made me
Probably happy.
Fubuki-chan and Kaede-chan praised me for the cosplay I made them this time. I'm really happy.
Nah. See the reply options. Who? You never mentioned it before. She did, but, cosplay. You really like making costumes, huh? What made you so passionate about cosplay anyway? I like that one. Me when I'm happy. So true. Also me when I am happy. You guys are silly. There, that should do it. Meal set. Oh boy, another one. From Ferris.
Komima, is my issue okay? Tell her to have fun at Komima for me. I don't think I can go this year, Nya. I just don't have the energy, Nya. I completely burn out. I can hear a voice shouting, "Get up, Joe!" Nya. Someone save me. The world is collapsing, Nya.
Let's say the reply options. Energy. That's not like you. Pull yourself together. I need your help finding the IBM 5100. Okay, narcissist. Anyways, save. What happened is the organization attacking... Oh, the Chuni. Collapsing. You're messing with me again, aren't you? Stop making me worry. I like feeding the Chuni. Chuni on Chuni. What happened? Is the organization attacking? It's the 11th at 8:46. Wow. Mighty Yan. Very good. She's been working on a costume ever since she got back from delivering a different costume to her friend, Fubuki-chan. Come to think of it, she usually heads home around 7 or 8, but today, she's still hard at work. Mighty, go home before it gets too late. Your parents will worry.
It's okay. I'm gonna stay the night.
Really? She's never done that before.
Yep. I already told Mom and Dad.
Are you staying to work on your costume?
It won't be done in time for Komima if I don't.
I'm surprised your parents let you stay. I met her parents a number of times. They're as ditzy as mayuri. But still, I don't think they'd appreciate their underage daughter staying overnight in this dirty lab. It must be my overwhelming charisma. No, wait, that makes me sound like a good person, so that can't be it. There's plenty of people that have a lot of charisma, also awful people. Gestures to politicians. Thumbs up. Anyways. Of course, Mayuri's parents are so afraid of my insanity that they set me, their only daughter, as a hostage.
Reported.
That girl. She's been tinkering with the phone wave, names wanted to change, but I guess she was listening. What would you do if I called the cops on you? I unleash my right arm on traitors, Christina.
Yeah, Chinibyo, whatever.
I kind of wish they kept it as yeah, Chinibyo, but whatever makes sense there too.
I told Mom and Dad that Christian would be here, and they said okay.
Sleepover, let's go.
Wait, so I have to stay too? Yep. And don't you have to work on the phone wave?
Damn, I already trapping Kurisu here.
I guess, but I don't relish the thought of spending the night here. At least, not with a certain somebody around.
Environment matters, Christina. This is a place of science and research, so you should have no trouble concentrating on your work. Trust the great Halloween Kyoma. It's just like this, man. Also, it may surprise you to learn that I have equipped this lab with a system that stimulates brain function. I guess dog pee because of the caffeine would count. So, if you were wondering where my incredible genius comes from, now you know. It's because I sleep in this room every night.
In the simulation system of yours, I assume it's been dumping toxic waste in your brain?
You sound like an environmentalist. Zombie. Zombie.
Maya, she knows. You're talking about that, right? Hora. This? Air freshener? According to the smell makes you smarter. He bought it at Akibao. When was that?
What scented is it? I might need to get a smell that makes me quote-unquote smarter. About 6 months ago. It was on sale for 500 yen.
I'm starting to think even you don't believe the stuff you say. And besides, this air freshener is empty.
Yeah. When I went to buy replacement packs, they had already stopped selling them. Damn.
Well, whatever. I was planning to stay either way. I'll join you, Mayuri-san.
Cute.
Really? That's great. On one condition. Okabe leaves.
Me? Leave? I practically live here. This lab was promised to me by Steins Gates. It is the dwelling place of my soul.
We girls are staying here overnight, so you filthy boys need to show respect. Your home isn't even far from here, right? Okarin lives close to Mayashi, in Ikebukuro. Why is that less than 30 minutes by train? Or why? That's less than 30 minutes by train. Anyway, I'm not gonna need your help tonight. So just go home like a good boy, okay?
But I refuse.
What? Are you planning to molest us?
Kurisu, dearest. Settle down a bit. Shut up, Mongolian spot. I just... look at him. That's all.
I don't have a Mongolian spot. And when did you see my butt anyway?
I can't leave 2 young girls here alone. Minors need guardians.
But Okarin's a minor too.
I'll be 20 in less than a year and a half. In other words, Steins has decided that I'm an adult. Sure, buddy.
I'm pretty sure that makes you a minor just like us. Chris-chan, I don't think Okarin would do anything bad.
More of like, I don't think he's a bad person. That's kind of funny.
I mean, we've been together for more than 10 years, and he hasn't molested me.
But he took you hostage, didn't he?
Yep. Actually, I'm still his hostage.
Out of the context, this sounds really bad.
We should kick him out of the room.
You disappoint me, Christina. This lab is a place of science. We are above such petty concerns as sex. If you must speak of these vulgarities, then I'll have to ask you with your Mongolian spot to leave. Looks like that was enough to convince Kurisu. She gives me a fine gesture as she returns to the development room. So Christina really does have a birthmark on her butt.
No!
After an hour or so of focused work, I went out for groceries.
Oh my god, a message.
From Mayuri.
The reason? You forgot? It all started when you asked for a costume with Kyojiro, the flame user from King of Histories, remember? I thought it looked great on you, but you only wore it once. Such a waste.
Aww. Little sad Kalmoji. While walking, I skim ad channel on my phone. Tutturu hasn't shown up lately. How long has it been since his last appearance? I think about a week or so. I've been reluctant to contact him ever since he called me the Messiah in his last email. That was about the same time he stopped posting. I wonder where Tutturu went. Pudding? Pudding. Maru-yaka pudding. Maru-yaka? What's Maru-yaka? Anyways, I need to contact him somehow. Just then, a mail arrives. No sender name. The address is one I've seen once before. I've got a bad feeling about this. I pause and took a look around. Then I swallow my fear and open the mail. Ah. It feels as if a cold hand stroked my spine. This is bad. This is a threat. Is it from CERN? Does CERN know Does CERN know what we've been doing? Should I report it to the police? But I can't. I just deleted it. And in any case, the picture alone probably is enough to get the police involved. Still, maybe I should talk to someone. But who? This is an interesting animation. Not the girls. I can't worry them with this. I'm the adult here after all. What about Moika? No, she may be a lemon, but she's been acting weird lately. Even if I tell her about this, she won't be any use. Shizuha has her father to worry about. I guess that leaves Daru. I need to find out whether Stern has discovered her hacking. But what'd Stern do if they find out, I wonder? They wouldn't have us killed, would they? I'm gasping for air by the time I reached the lab. But when I tried to open the door, I found it inexplicably locked. I unlock it with the hidden key, step inside, and try to catch my breath. That is a horrible place for a hidden key. And that's when I realized that something's wrong. Mayuri and Kurisu aren't here. Did they go home? No, their bags are still here. Don't tell me. Were they kidnapped? Who took them? The organization? CERN? And then I hear a noise. Is that the shower? Our bathroom is beyond the changing room. Now I hear the sound of water running. I start imagining what horrors await me. Fresh blood mixing into the water and flowing down the drain. The corpses of two girls sprawled out naked on the tile. Is everyone okay? Yep.
What are you doing? No peeking, Kokarin.
You're still alive. Don't scare me like that. What are you guys doing packed into that tiny shower anyway? I mean, they can be a little gay as a treat.
Get out, you perv!
Whoa!
Maya, she's sad. I feel kinda dirty. You're gonna regret this. I'll never forgive you.
Damn it. It was just a small misunderstanding. I mean, why the hell did they decide to take a shower together when they knew I was coming right back? It's like they wanted to be seen. Anyway, how much longer are they going to shower? Looking at the clock, it's already been more than 15 minutes since I got back. They were yelling at me a few minutes ago, but now I hear laughter and happy squeals coming from the shower room. Happy Pride. Sounds like they're having a good time. They get along almost like sisters.
Wow, Christian, you're so slim. But Mayuri, your breasts are so big. I'm jealous.
They're checking each other out, aren't they? In my head, I call up the memory of what I saw in the shower. It's me. We have a problem. I'm under attack from the Mongolian Spot and Ditsy's sisters. They're going directly after my sanity. A bold move against the insane mad scientist, Horin Kyoma. Why is he like this? This is the strongest offensive I've encountered so far. I realize now that the vulnerability itself can be a powerful weapon. They're pulling out to all the stops, and I don't think my pants can take it.
Not his pants.
Bonk him so hard with the squeaky hammer, so it squeaks comedically. Give in to the temptation? Nonsense. I could never do that. With their fellow lab members, my loyal assistant and my childhood friend. You're killing him? Fair. Must I? Is it truly the will of Steins that I give in? That I raise my hand against my closest companions? If so, then how cruel the fates be. Buddy. L. Sai. I need some air. Yeah, that's fair. 2 days have passed. Kurisu and Mayuri haven't left the lab once. During that time, Dario and I have done our best to support Kurisu's work on the phone we've named subject to change. According to Dario, it should be easy to use the LHC to generate black holes for our use. The black holes form at the proton collision point, where the lifter is installed, and exist for only a few seconds before evaporating. The gravity of the black hole compresses matter to fit its density. CERN uses the lifter at max capacity to keep the compression under control, but we're going to dial it down a bit. This way, many black holes' infinite compression won't get too out of hand. Our plan is to send our memory data while they're active, compressing it to 36 bytes plus alpha. Dario has been coding the necessary program. As for me, I've been searching for our lifter, the unknown device that pumps electrons into the phone wave named subject to change and keeps our black hole open. Kurisu couldn't find anything that could serve as a lifter inside the microwave, so it must be something on the outside. We're not sure what that could be, and so far we have no idea where to start looking. Yesterday, I consulted Dario about that threatening email. But Dario insisted there's no way CERN could have discovered his hacking yet. Of course, I had to make doubly sure we had him been tracked. His test came back clean. But somehow, knowing that does not ease my anxiety.
Oh my, a new message. From Lukako. Subject, summer plans. Have you gone to any festivals or fireworks show this summer? Maybe you have plans to go with Mayuri-chan later? P.S. I did 22 practice swings at Samidare.
Let's see, fireworks show first. No, too crowded. I'm being chased by the organization, remember? The last thing I need is a knife in the back. Fair enough, I guess. Mayuri? I don't know Mayuri's plans, but I'm pretty sure she's busy preparing for a different sort of festival soon to take place in Ariake. It's... like... Luka's like, hey, maybe we can go fireworks, unless you're going with Mayuri type thing. Basically, it squishes them all together. But what reply do I like best? I think I like this one better. Just because, like, in case Luka didn't know, Luka can know about Mayuri's plans type thing. I don't know. Malsant. It's the 13th at 12:41. By the afternoon, Kurisu's time leak machine was nearing completion. However, the lifter issue remained.
For the final adjustments, we need to use the phone wave.
In other words, we have to cause an electrical discharge phenomenon. There's a risk involved. A risk called Mr. Braun. As we know, the discharge phenomenon causes the entire building to shake. Last time, Mr. Braun threatened to raise our rent if it happened again. It's up to you, Okarin.
Take care of it.
In other words, you're sending me to die.
Your sacrifice will allow us to complete the time link machine.
Besides, you're always the one who talks to the boss for us. Well, maybe it's time for you to put your lives on the line.
I can't. That girl who works there hates me.
Fine. But hear this. I will not die. Like the immortal phoenix, I will return, no matter how many times it takes. Surely that won't be relevant in different ways in the series. No, not at all.
Don't die, okay?
Thank you, Mayuri. As I pass through the lounge, Mayuri looks up from her costume to see me off.
My, a new message.
Ah, Ferris, are you Komima?
My life has no meaning. It's all gone now. No one will look at me. Not anymore. What can I do? Even if I shout, no one can hear. My voice can't reach the one most important to me. I walk alone through dusty grey streets, forever pounded by lukewarm rain, such as the fate of the defeated. Still, Ferris is here. Someone, find me.
No nyas. Interesting. What's Chunin nonsense? If you want attention, come to the lab. Mayuri and I are here for you. That's actually kind of cute. But get a grip is, Anyways.
Sup? Okabe Rintaro?
I love that it's just a cool name. I raise my hand in response to Suzuha's greeting. Come to think of it, when I thought that we needed something to take the place of the lifter, I never considered the possibility that that something could be inside this workshop. I surmised that it would be external to the microwave, but I still assumed that it would be in the lab somewhere. However, if you think vertically, the lab's development room and the raw tube workshop are right next to each other. In which case, could our something be our CRT? A CRT?
Hey, did Shina Mairi stay over yesterday?
Yeah.
So, Makise Kurisu stayed too?
Yeah. They're both upstairs.
Oh.
Okay. And how are you doing?
Huh?
Are you feeling better?
Oh. Yeah, I guess. The search continues. Okabe Rintaro. We're the same age, but sometimes you seem a lot older. You really know how to give people strength.
And that's the first time anyone said that to me. It makes me kinda happy. Of course, I am the great Hyorin Kyoma.
Come here a sec. I just want to say, be circumspect in your dealings with Makise Kurisu.
What? Circumspect? Why can't you just say careful like a normal person? Not that I'm one to talk. This again? Aren't you just being paranoid?
No. Her Stop with your big ass words, Suzuha. Her pernicious has been proven. I probably butchered that word, but we carry on.
Perniciousness? Is she saying Kurisu is dangerous? Perniciousness? I see. Thank you, Peachy, for the words. And there's something strange about the way Suzuha is talking. Yeah, she's randomly dropping big-ass words that we need a dictionary for. We being general population, not the people in chat that actually know big words because they're smart. It's not just that perniciousness is an unusual word. It fucking is. There's something else. Something...
Her genius is a threat. At heart, she only cares about her experiments.
Suzuha's eyes are hard, and her voice is as cold as ice. I can tell that she means every word she says.
Listen to me. She's using you all.
You're not smart, you just write a lot. To me, that is smart. Because you retain the big words. freaking... One time I was looking at really old videos that I made in, like, middle school and high school, mostly middle school, and I used a fancy-ass word that just ultimately meant dumb, and by the time I got back to, like, when I was rewatching it, I didn't know that word. It's like, why the fuck did I know the word then? Why do I not know the word now? And I don't even remember what the word was anymore. I just remember what it ultimately ended up meaning. I miss knowing things. I do not retain knowledge. That's a lie, but...
Makase Kurisu is connected to CERN.
But... No, that's impossible. CERN is our enemy. If Daru's hacking is discovered, I have no doubt they will do everything in their power to destroy us. How can Kurisu be connected to CERN? You're saying... she's a spy? Suzuha nods firmly.
The credit for inventing the time machine was hers.
Again, Suzuha's words sound strange to my ears. But I can't quite put my finger on why.
Don't let your guard down.
I don't believe it. I saw Kurisu's anger when she learned what CERN had been doing. She called their actions a betrayal of scientists everywhere. How can someone with such a pure love of science be connected to CERN? Kurisu can't be a spy. Perhaps this is some sort of womanly squabble. If so, then it's none of my business. What? Womanly squabble? What would that even actually be? Now then, part-time warrior. I have a request of you. It's like, anyways, ignoring that info that you just dumped on me. I need you to distract Mr. Braun for about 5 seconds.
You mean seduce him?
She flexes her bicep for some reason.
Go on, touch it.
She's probably stronger than me. The animation of him just like poking it and then sliding his finger. But I don't understand what flexing has to do with seduction. Nobody said anything about seduction. It doesn't matter how you do it.
I'm not much of a warrior if I can't handle that. Besides, you said you'd help me search for my father, right? I'm only returning the favor.
I see. Then I leave it in your capable hands.
Okie dokie.
After giving my instructions to Suzuha, I walk into the Braun Tube workshop as I prepare to give her the signal.
Boss, get ready.
With a vigorous shout, which in no way seems appropriate for seduction, Suzuha whips off her jacket and...
Okabe Rintaro, now's your chance.
Well done, warrior. Your heroism will be remembered. Okay, I need to call Kurisu. She should be ready to start my experiment as soon as she picks up. Uh-huh. Okabe! How many times do I have to tell you not to shake the building? 2 girls or no, I ain't letting you off. Your rent's going up. Damn. Wait, Mr. Braun. This isn't our doing. It's an earthquake. My magic eye... Hello? What happened to the text? Okay. I guess the text got shaken off, too. An earthquake? Interesting golf ball for that. Braun-chan, no! Crap, I can't talk my way out of this one. Okabe, you bastard! Mahonai is here. At that moment, the tremor causes a screwdriver to fall into the remote control switch. The image that was displayed on the CRT TV clicks off.
Is it over?
Looks like it. Wait, it's over? That's a little evil turtle. Pat's knife I've ever.
What's wrong?
Yep. I've done it. I've done it. This is the lifter. It's so obvious. Why didn't I see it before? Of course. This must be the work of Steins gates. It chose this moment for a reason. What the hell are you laughing about, Okabe? You're scaring my daughter. I'm raising your rent, you hear? And you're paying for that CRT. A little silence, please, Mr. Braun. This is the most glorious moment. For I have just been chosen as the rule of all space and time. And he'll laugh. His usual laugh. This has good thumbnail purposes, maybe. I like having options. Thank you, Mr. Braun. Stairs explode behind my eyes as Mr. Braun drives his fist into the top of my head. The world spins. I struggle to get a hold of my shaken brain. My sight fills with countless stars. You dared lay hands on the grate. You got something to say? 13th, 113.
How could you miss something so obvious?
This was her first reaction when I told her. The 32-inch CRT TV downstairs may be acting as the lifter. Why are you blaming me?
I'm not blaming you. I'm just disappointed that nobody, including myself, noticed.
We missed the forest for the trees. To summarize. Just now, when the phone wave, name subject to change, shook the building, the 42-inch CRT was on. But when it switched off, the shaking stopped immediately.
The discharge was interrupted. I put a banana in just to be sure. Nothing happened. I'm glad. We shouldn't waste food.
Nobody replies to Mighty's off-point statement. We're busy reading about cathode ray tubes on the internet. It doesn't take long before we find something interesting. A cathode ray tube has a component called an electrogun, which uses the extreme heat and a strong electric field to accelerate electrons and turn them into a beam. The electron beam striking the TV screen and phosphor layer is what generates the picture. An electron gun could certainly work as a lifter.
We found the answer. The electrons emitted by the 42-inch CRT are holding the phone wave's black hole open. And the discharge phenomenon is the result.
So the reason we can't use the phone wave at night is because the Bronze Tube workshop's closed? And the Bronze Tube workshop doesn't have especially strict business hours, but it's usually open from around 11 AM to 7 PM. That matches up perfectly with my observation that the phone wave, named subject to change, only works between noon and 7 PM. The few instances it hasn't worked during that time frame can be explained by the TV being off. But how can a cathode ray tube emit such a strong electron stream?
It's not about having a strong electron stream. If stronger were better, CERN would have solved the lifter problem long ago.
You see, so it can't be too strong or too weak.
Somehow, the conditions here were perfect to create a time machine. Frankly, it's a miracle.
No, Christina, not a miracle. This is the choice of Steins gates.
Whatever it is, it worked. What do we have to do to complete Super Phone Wave, John? Now that we've found the cause, there's nothing left to hold us back. We can safely conclude that time leaping is possible when, and only when, that television is on. Anyway, now that we've found the lifter, the time leap machine is 99% complete. It's your dream, isn't it? To invent a time machine.
Our dream? I never really thought about it that way. I will become the undisputed Lord of Time. With that power, I will shatter the system, and chaos will rule the...
Okabe. I wasn't asking Hyo and Kyoma. I was asking Okabe.
With a nod, I direct Kurisu to complete the machine.
Oh boy, a message.
From Lukako.
About Mayuri-chan. You and Mayuri-chan don't go places together? You're both lab members, and I heard you were childhood friends, so I thought... I'm sorry if I misunderstood. P.S. I did 30 practice swings with Samidare.
Pats Lukako 5 ever.
It's now 1:59, same day. Akarin, can you come here? Can you hold this up for me? Spread it out like flap.
Lukako the world, so true. I followed Mayuri's directions and spread the costume out by the sleeves. Cute. It's hard to believe, given her usual ditziness, but Mayuri is very serious about her art. And that's why cosplayers value her costume so highly.
Okay, thanks. Finished.
It's very cute. It's done.
Yep, I finished before Chris-chan. You're racing.
Cute.
You win, Mayuri. Congratulations.
Damn you, assistant. She treats me and Daru like garbage, but Mayuri gets the sisterly touch. Because gay.
Actually, I'm just about finished too.
The Daru thumbs up.
Done. It's a tie.
I'm so tired. I need some TLC from Ferris John. Real. This is about the response I'd expected. Honestly, I don't feel like cheering either. And it's not because I'm tired. This is a time machine. A device that can transcend space and time to send someone, or at least their consciousness to the past. Part of me never truly believed we would complete it. Thoughts of stunned disbelief crawl through the back of my mind. What do we do with it? I look at Kurisu.
We may have created a monster here.
I look at the improved phone wave, name subject to change again. The biggest change is the headgear attached to the Buy 68,000. You just put it on and let the sensors do the rest. It looks a little cheap, but I'll let this one slide. Assistant, explain for us all how the time delete machine works. I know the basics, but I want to hear details.
In short, this device converts memories to data and sends them to the past. And let's begin with what we all know. By free coincidence, the phone wave is able to produce ring singularities, much like John Titter's time machine. Through the ring singularity, we are able to send up to 36 bytes of data to the past. And the signal can only be received by phones. While that does limit the range of effect, it also removes an element of uncertainty from the equation. Unlike D-mails, memory data is sent in the form of a phone call, so we will be using phone number, not an email address, to get the destination. The ring singularity is made naked and stable by a device known as a lifter. In our case, that's the 42-inch CRT downstairs.
She's explained the basics. Next, she'll explain the modifications she made to turn the phone wave, name subject to change, into the now officially named Time Bleep machine.
And the phone wave now has headgear attached. And this headgear records the nerve impulses in the temporal lobe of the brain, specifically the CA3 regions of the hippocampus, where memories are stored.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. This. Me on August 13th, 2010. Hippocampus CA3. That's silly.
And then, using VR technology, we encode the nerve impulses into electrical signal data.
It comes out to approximately 3.24 terabytes. 3.24 terabytes. It's less than I expected. We're talking about the entirety of a person's memories.
By the way, I'll set it up so that the data decodes automatically after a certain amount of time. Anybody well versed in programming can do this. I had Hashida make the code. Anyway, next we send the memory data through the net to the LHC in France.
This building has a direct line to CERN for some reason. So no matter how much data we send, it should be transferred fairly quickly. How long does it take to send 3.24 terabytes of data? We have 64 direct lines in parallel, so if we send it in 64 parts, it should upload in about 45 seconds. And that's pretty fast.
Next, we hijack the LHC, create a mini black hole, and use that black hole's supergravity to compress the data into 36 bytes.
3 terabytes is about 3 trillion bytes, compressing that into just 36 bytes. That's one hell of a squeeze. Will the compression take long? It's practically instantaneous. 23 milliseconds or thereabouts. We're using a black hole after all. Yeah, that's fair.
And by the way, the compression only holds in the immediate vicinity of the black hole. Once the data leaves that area, it'll begin to decompress on its own. And this too takes 23 milliseconds.
It has to make it back on the by 68,000 and into the phone within that window. It's only 36 bytes. Shouldn't be a problem. Continue, Christina.
While the data is being compressed, we use the phone wave to generate a curved ring singularity. When the electron discharge phenomenon occurs, we take the 36-byte data, patch it in,
LHC から36バイトプラスアルファまで圧縮したデータを戻し、リング特異点内
and send it to the
通り抜きさ
past.
せる。この辺は
This path is just like a D-mail.
データは
The data travels to the specified time, where it arrives at the recipient's
過去の携帯
phone.
電話へとつながる。リング特異点を
By now,
通り抜け
23 milliseconds should have passed, so the data will be fully decompressed.
23ミリ秒が経過して、データは自動的に解凍されているはず。解凍と同時に
Next, the decoding program runs, converting the data back into nerve impulse
神経パルス
signals.
信号に戻す。受信先の携帯
These
電話
signals are discharged from the phone's earpiece at approximately 0.02 amperes, a pretty weak
アンペアほ
charge.
どの微弱な放電現象となって発せられるの。これが
If the recipient has the phone to his ear, they should go straight into his
こめかみ
brain.
付近に放射されるわけ。
Assuming he answers his phone.
でなければ
If he doesn't, the transfer fails. Fortunately, we lose nothing but that copy of the memory data.
何もないわ。コピーデータが消滅する。
By a phone call instead of an email.
携帯電話が
Because we need the recipient to put the phone to his ear. Otherwise, the signals won't reach his temporal lobe.
送り込みやすくなるから。人間のこめかみ
In this
するために
area,
は
you have the frontal lobe and
大脳前頭葉
temporal lobe of the
大
brain.
脳側
As I
頭葉
explained
が位置してる
before,
んだけど
the hippocampus, where memories are stored, is inside the temporal lobe.
海馬傍回があって記憶を貯蓄する場所なの。そこに
The phone sends out electrical impulses that pass through the temporal lobe and into the hippocampus, overriding the recipient's memories.
これで記憶の上書きは完了。同時に
At the same time, the phone sends impulses that stimulate the frontal lobe as well. This is important.
これ重要。前頭葉から
Remember that
後頭葉へは
the frontal lobe is responsible for sending
トップダウン検索信号という
trivial
発信
signals
する
to the temporal
こ
lobe.
れは
This is how you
思
remember
い出す時に
things.
発信される信号。前頭葉を
By stimulating the
神経
frontal
パルス
lobe,
を
we
放
force
射
it
す
to
る
send
ことで
our trivial signals keyed to the
トップ
new
ダウン記憶
memory
検索
data.
信号を意図的に発信させる。これによって
Thus, the recipient recalls all of those memories as if they were
受
his
信者
own.
に強制的に思い出させるという作用が発生する。未来の記
Which, of
憶を
course, they are,
思い出す
or will be in the future.
それに必要な
And this
時間
happened in less than a
1秒の
second.
結果
Now the recipient has the same memories as the sender. The time leap is
タイムリ
complete.
ープは完了。例えば送信者と
If the
受信者
data
の
came
時間
from
差が
one week in the
1週
future,
間ある
the
場合
recipient will
受信者
remember
は
that week as if he
1週間後の
experienced
未
it
来までに
firsthand.
自分が体験した記憶を思い出すことになるわけ。注意すべきなの
We
は
need to be aware
意識
that
の
consciousness and
人格は
personality
完
aren't
成しないという
transferred.
こと。
Both of those
その
depend
2
on the
つは受
recipient.
信者に依存する。
Explain it with boobs. Of course, Taru.
But boobs?
Let's say we sent your memories to you in grade school. Right now, you're some kind of omnisexual pervert who thinks inanimate objects are hot. But in elementary school, you were still an innocent child. I think omnisexual describes him quite well, even if it's not exactly what Okabe necessarily meant, but you know. I was a boring little bastard who did nothing but studied. What of it? Basically, that little bastard would suddenly have all your perverted memories, but his personality wouldn't change. I feel like little kid Daru would just perish. It's not like you'll become that famous anime detective with the looks of a child and the brains of an adult. True, Detective Conan mentioned. But that sucks. This isn't like the same time This isn't like the time leaping you see in sci-fi novels. We aren't yet capable of transferring personality and consciousness.
Ahem. Since you need a phone to receive the signal, you can only send memories to the times you had one. We also need to make sure that the sender and recipient are the same person. So, if someone besides your past self, your parents or a friend, for instance, answers the phone, then the nerve impulse signals will be projected into their brain instead. If that happens, your memories could overwrite theirs, which would obviously cause serious damage to their psyche. The lab falls into silence. So, what do we do with it? Do with what? The time leap machine, of course. What do we do with it? It's too much for us to handle, that's for sure. The safest thing would be to hand it over to the government for professional research. I can tell that she's not pleased to have research reach this conclusion. She obviously would prefer to experiment with this technology. But I think that something inside her probably wants to conduct this experiment. It just doesn't feel real. Mayushi doesn't get it. What about you, Okabe? And I mean you, not Hyoin Kyoma. I agree with Kurisu. The time leap machine is dangerous, but I want to experiment. But there are still questions we need to answer. This is unknown territory, not just for us, but for all of humanity. Who will time leap? It's hard to choose. I'll pass. Huh? Not a single person here wants to... Well, blah, 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 blah. Not a single person here wants the honor of being history's first time traveler. Everyone, except for Mayuri, is probably thinking about what could go wrong. What if the time leap were to fail? It's not like Stern's time machine. The possibility of becoming a jelly man is zero. And this machine sends data, not the real thing. Don't let your preconceptions influence your decision. You might say it's like a cut and paste of your brain. Actually, it's more like a copy-paste, and it's just your memories. And the original doesn't get erased. That's very easy. That's a very easy to understand example. But that's not the problem. What if there's an error somewhere, and the data itself gets fractalized? Let's say I send my memories an hour into the past. My memories would be replaced by fractalized data. In other words, data full of tiny holes. Couldn't that cause memory loss? I suppose. 1 hour later, we arrive once again at the present. At that time, the me who lost his memories an hour ago, and the current me conflict in my brain. Which data set survives? Logically, the present should change as soon as you send your memories to the past.
The conflicting current me disappears then. So then, it's not a copy-paste at all, is it?
I don't know. No one's ever experienced time travel before.
When we send a D-mail, the world is reconstructed based on the change we made to the past. I'm the only one who's aware of this, however.
We don't know what happens when you time leap. If it's the many worlds interpretation, like Tutturu said, then the instant you time leap, it creates two possibilities. One where you shift to another world line, and one where you travel back in time on the same world line. Of course, there must also be a world line where the current you doesn't disappear. That would likely correspond to the present that we're experiencing right now.
Oh, mayuri, pat, 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 pat. But that's only if the many worlds interpretation holds in the first place. I thought you didn't believe what Tutturu had to say.
I'm talking hypothetically. Tutturu doesn't matter right now. If it's the Copenhagen interpretation, then every possible state propagates through space as a wave function. Then a particular state is observed. The remaining states collapse, and that state is fixed.
But precise observation is impossible. And the problem is who the observer is in this case. Wouldn't it be a third party, like me or Mayushi? Not necessarily. It might be me. It might be someone else. It could even be God.
Oh my god, God. God dimension.
In the end, we arrive at the question of, where is the self?
This time leap machine only sends memories. That I guarantee.
Won't the present be reconstructed at the moment of transfer? And that's what happens with Okarin's reading Steiner, right? And that makes sense where D-mails are concerned. When we send a D-mail, we're obviously interfering in past events. But time leaping is different. All you do is send your memories to the past, which isn't the same thing as sending a targeted D-mail. Rather than me who suddenly remembers, 1 hour into the future will, in fact, change the past to something we can't know until it happens. I'm getting confused. You know what, that's fair. It sounds like we're talking about the soul. Isn't that a religious question?
Wait, you guys are misunderstanding something. 1 hour isn't enough time for your personality to change. You should be the same person 1 hour ago that you are now. Unless you're a system. Like, maybe. Could still be the same alter fronting, but, you know, shit happens in an hour. The only difference is that you'll have an extra hour's worth of memories.
How can you be sure?
Well, I can't. Nobody's tried it before.
This discussion's going nowhere. Personality and consciousness can't be strictly defined, so it's hard to imagine what might happen.
So, which is it? We don't know. We can't argue the theories all we want. From the end, we can only guess. This experiment may end up shattering preconceptions scientists and philosophers have held for centuries.
We won't know until we try. And that pretty much sums it up. This is our limit as scientists.
Hey. I have an idea. Why don't we make a banana time leap instead?
Oh, sweet, sweet mayuri. It'd be impressive if you could. But that's not an option. Oh, mayuri. Bananas don't have brains like people do. They also don't have phones or phone numbers.
Oh, you need a brain, huh?
Guess I can't time leap. Mayuri never changes. The atmosphere in the room gets a little more relaxed. Let's not experiment. We'll entrust the time leap machine to a suitable research institution. Then we'll announce it to the world.
Oh my god, groceries.
No one has touched the time leap machine since that discussion. We're all tempted by the idea of becoming humanity's first time leapers. Yet the fear of what could happen won out in the end. Perhaps as a way to forget our fears and move on. We decided to hold a celebration to mark the completion of the device. Everyone was in agreement. I have Daddy order pizza, while Carissa and I go shopping for snacks.
Oh my god, Dr. Pepper! I'm going to like some of mine.
.K, which is kind of funny because it's DK Pepper. Akiba has always had a lack of supermarkets. That hasn't changed even with the anime stores gone. That's the 13th, 8/13, 18/13, so 6/13. I'm good at reading. After we finish shopping, Kirisi and I walk along the evening streets. Are you upset?
Upset?
About our decision not to attempt a time leap a time leap experiment?
No, I'm not upset. Humans are temporal beings. And that's Heidegger quote. And I was actually relieved when you made the decision not to use the machine. If you hadn't been there, I might not have been able to stop myself.
No.
Thank you.
Excuse me? Is this gratitude? Does she have a fever?
What are you doing?
Presses harder. You're talking like an assistant for a change. I thought you might have a fever.
I'm not grateful to you or anything, okay?
Tsundere moment. Her voice is louder than it should be, and several people glance at us.
Anyway, that thank you is just a formality. Don't get me wrong, okay?
Of course. I only did what I had to. Honestly, Chuni plus Tsundere is a really funny combo. I am the founder of the future gadget lab, Hoin Hyoma. My first priority is to protect the welfare of my lab members. So, I have no need for your thanks.
And yet you always talk about plunging the world into chaos.
You are my allies, and this world is my enemy.
I'm speechless. You're too self-righteous.
You say speechless, yet you're speaking. Fuck, I thought about making a joke about that. It's like, she said speechless. She said some more words, but I kept that thought to myself. Only for Okabe to say that thought out loud. How dare he?
Don't argue semantics.
It has only been 2 weeks since Kurisu and I met. And yet, it already feels natural for us to be walking together, exchanging banter like this. I admit that her knowledge and skills are impressive. I'd like her to remain at the lab, if at all possible, but she said she's going back to America this month. It's already the 13th, so I wonder when she plans to return.
Oh yeah, I forgot to get a plane ticket.
Girl. When I asked, she said so.
I got too caught up in improving the phone wave.
Going to public with the time leap machine will send you... Going public with the time leap machine will send the world into an uproar. We also plan to expose CERN, remember? You may not be able to go back to America for some time. I mean... whatever.
I guess you're right. I should call Mama and let her know.
Looks like things are going to get busy. Naturally, I want Kurisu to stay with us to the end.
Oh my god, I'm a huge.
It's from Suzuha. Ari oneself.
Don't forget what Titter said.
A little bit after we return to the lab, Mayuri gets back.
What's up? Tutturu, I'm back.
Suzuha is here as well. We really wouldn't have been able to do this without her, so I told Mayuri to invite her as a sort of MVP. Tutturu ordered 3 pizzas. They look a little gross to me, but that's because of the meat. Well, he did, but they've already been eaten. Damn you, Tutturu. Learn some self-control. It's just like the party we had a few days ago to cheer up Suzuha. Tutturu, why did you order the exact same pizza as before? I don't mind the pepper, I do mind the... I also don't mind the olives, but I definitely do mind the meat. Because I like it.
You know what?
Fair enough. The Ron-Tube workshop's closed. I confirmed with Suzuha that the 42-inch CRT TV was turned off, so there's no need to fear any malfunction from the time leap machine. A heavy sigh escapes my throat. I realized that I've been tense and nervous since the time leap machine was completed. Now I can finally relax.
Okarin. I called Ferris-chan and Luka-chan, but they said they couldn't come. You can only stand to eat plain cheese or margarita pizza? You know what, that's fair. I like my veggie-loaded pizzas. I also am quite a big fan of spinach and feta pizza. Tonight we just had plain cheese pizza because we would have added mushrooms, but they were bad on 4 cheese. So just plain cheese. I do like me a good, solid, like, plain cheese pizza, but if I can get one covered in veggies, I will. No. Do they have plans? Ferris-chan has a Rhinet tournament.
Crap, I should have gone to cheer. How careless of me.
And Luka-chan seemed embarrassed for some reason. Most veggies have a really bad texture for you when cooked. You know what? That's fair. Valid. Understandable, even. I like me a solid cooked veggie, but I also like me a solid uncooked veggie. Normally in the form of salad and not cabbage. I don't like cabbage. Maybe she thinks he'll make her wear a costume again.
Do you still haven't convinced her to cosplay? I love me a good cooked or uncooked carrot. Humph. Then what was the point of complimenting the costume? Or completing the costume?
She said it was embarrassing. I keep telling her cuteness is justice, but she never listens. Cuteness is justice? Is that what they say? You're cute too, Chris-chan.
Happy Pride Month! Happy Pride Month, Kurisu.
Hey, Komima's coming up. Wanna go? I can't make something new, but I have the costume of Post-Awakening Seria from Bloodtoon I made last year. I think the size is just right for Chris-chan too.
It's very weird actually knowing of Post-Awakening Seria from Bloodtoon, since when we first played that we didn't know who the fuck that was. That's quite the revealing costume choice for Kurisu, especially as a first cosplay. Presumably. Me? Cosplay? I'm sorta interested. She sure could have fooled us before, pretending to have no interest in otaku culture.
But I refuse to do it in public, though. You don't have to show anyone, but eventually, you'll want them to see you. The cosplay demon compels you.
It sure fucking does. Oh, cosplay demon, that compels me. The cosplay demon?
That reminds me, Chris-chan, you're always wearing that cute uniform. What school is it from? Oh, this? I attended the Ayumen for about 2 weeks. I modeled this outfit after their uniform. Oh, their uniform is really cute, but you made it even cuter. You might have really good design sense. I'll bring the costume tomorrow, okay? Will you try it on then? Sure.
Looks like Kurisu approves of the cuteness as justice philosophy. Cute.
Maybe you shouldn't bother.
Hi, Suzaha.
You're asking for trouble by trusting Makise Kurisu.
Girlie, not right now.
What's that supposed to mean? I've been meaning to ask. Did I do something to you? Not to me. But I know everything you have done.
Suzaha is homophobic? No. Not in Pride Month.
What do you mean? I've done nothing to be guilty of. Perhaps. But I know your true nature. Wow. You can see into my heart? That's groundbreaking technology. I'd love to hear how it works. It's not science. It's a prediction. So you're just making it up. I know.
No, we've got a situation here.
Connie. Stop them from fighting.
This looks like a job for the one and only Hyomin Kyoma. Break it up, you two. I, Hyomin Kyoma, shall decide this dispute. They both glare at me. Although I'm afraid for my life, I harden my resolve. The mission must succeed. Assistant, I didn't raise you this way. What a funny thing to say on Father's Day. I've hired this Chiribyo to point at you. So true.
You didn't raise me at all.
If you want to become a true mad scientist, you must learn to keep your emotions in check, even as you calculate your way to victory.
Nobody asked you, and I'm already a scientist.
The way his finger draws back. Warrior, your enemy is CERN, remember? You must conserve your strength for Ragnarok.
I warned you before, Okabe Rintaro. Makase Kurisu is a threat.
What? You're going to mention that here? Now?
Oh, what's this about, Okabe?
Yeah, laugh it off, laugh it off. Looks like neither of you is willing to back down. So be it. Fight to your heart's content. Fight until there is no more fight to be had. Then, share a manly handshake by the river and let friendship blossom. But, in the future, when it comes time for you to venture out into the real world, I hope you remember one thing. Nobody likes a mood killer. Damn, he's doing this thing again.
Shut up.
They both say.
Jeez. Guys, Mayushi doesn't like it when you fight. Let's all get along. Okay?
Mayuri's words managed to calm the two combatants down. Combatants, I can read. But the air still prickled with tension. I made my way to the rooftop for a breather.
Hey, Okarin.
Mayuri had followed me up, holding the Xylem saber for some reason. If she's trying to threaten me, it's not working. I think she just wanted it as a light source buddy.
It's been really lively here these past few weeks, huh?
Yeah, I guess it has. I established the Future Gadget Laboratory around the time I entered college. It was the first step in my plan to bring chaos to the world. That was around the middle of March this year, which means it's been almost 5 months. Not half a month after it was established, Mayuri showed up. I'm still not sure why, and became a lab man. For about a month, it was just me and Mayuri. Then, in early May, I finally got Tutturu to join. All it took was a telling him that the lab is just a 3-minute walk from Meikui Nyanyan. This location on the outskirts of Akiba has always been quiet. Mayuri isn't the type to object to every little thing like Kurisu, nor the type to make dumb jokes like Tutturu, so the lab was very peaceful back in those days. It was quite a pleasant place to be. And now, the lab mem count has increased to 8. It happened in the blink of an eye, or so it seems. They didn't come today, but Lukako visits occasionally, and Ferris is a familiar face at Meikui Nyanyan, or at least she was before Meikui disappeared. I remember feeling out of place the first time I came to Akiba, but now, it's like a second home.
It's fun. Now that there are 8 lab members, Mayushi thinks it's getting a little cramped in here. First, we don't have enough chairs. We should buy more. Do you have money, Okarin?
New chairs will take all my savings. And then I need to get a part-time job again.
I guess you can use some of my salary. We need a new microwave too. Otherwise, I can't warm up my juicy chicken #1.
Yeah, sorry about that. Cutting off Mayuri's chicken supply might actually kill her. But Mayuri, when we turn over the time leap machine, the reward money will solve all of our problems.
Will it be enough to pay for chairs and a microwave on top of the higher rent?
It'll be enough. More than enough.
Wow, that's great, Okarin.
Why are you so happy?
Just look, we made so many friends. There's Daru-kun, Chris-chan, Luka-chan, Suzu-san, Monika-san, Ferris-chan, Rod-san, Night-chan, and more. In the spring, when you started this lab, you seemed so lonely.
Damn, call him out, why don't you? Congrats on eating a bun, Sadom.
But now you're fine. You don't need me to be your hostage anymore.
What do you mean? I tried to ask, but before I can finish... The rooftop door burst open, and Daru steps out looking white as a sheet. Something must have happened. 6:47.
A bomb threat?
The subtitles read, Terrorist bomb threat suspends Yamanote Sobu, Keihin Tohoku lines. Hang on, those lines all pass through Akiba. How is Mayushi gonna get home?
Oh yeah, I should call home.
I don't know why, but I've got a bad feeling about this. Only the lines passing through Akihabara are suspended, as if that were the target.
Okabe Rintaro, I need to know.
Hydrate, will do, thank you. I was thinking about it, but I was so caught up in reading.
You've completed the time leap machine, right?
Huh? Well, yeah. You're always thinking of me? Aw, that's really sweet of you, my dove.
Okay.
Thanks.
I just remembered I've got something to do. I'm going out.
What's wrong with her? I can't keep getting away with this. Away with what? Calling you my dove? Suzuha's acting strange. Is it related to the bomb threat? Why did she just ask about the time leap machine? Something occurs to me. The two threatening emails I received. Who sent them? Pouting at me? Nah, cute of you. And there's more. It all hits me like a flashback. Words and images flash through my head. CERN. The LHC. Jellyman. The Z program. Government secrets. The organization. The Committee of 300. We may have created a monster here. Taken separately, each of these elements was insignificant. But if I consider them a part of a single line, they all point to one inescapable truth. We've come too far. Fear seizes my heart in an icy grip. I can feel anxiety eating at my brain. Should we run? Get out while we still can? Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's doing anything. What should we do? It's okay. I'm just being paranoid. It's all a coincidence. Tomorrow, we'll get rid of the time leap machine. Then we can forget that all of this happened. Pretend it was just a dream. We never invented a time machine. I don't need money. As long as we can forget about today and welcome tomorrow, we'll be okay, won't we? I hear sirens wailing a few streets away. The bomb threat has occupied an uproar. Yet here, it's quiet. This lab and the surrounding area are so quiet. When I turn back around to Mayuri, she's staring at her pocket watch with a look of worry. The next thing I know, the door slams open. 5 men burst into the lab. The next thing I know, I have a gun pointed at me. It all happened so fast. No one has time to scream. Hands in the air. Nobody move. What is this? Are we on candid camera? My mind races for some sort of positive justification. Then I hear a new sound coming from outside. The sound of high heels. Ellipsis.
Kiryu Moeka.
Kiryu Moeka. Okay, but can we talk about how fine she looks? Or is that just... Anyways. Lamam005. Moeka? She's their leader. Kind of a slay. I know, right? She looks so good in this. Women's wrongs. So true, Peachy. No, she's so fine, actually. I know, right? Damn. Anyways. The least imposing woman I've ever met. Moeka-san. We're taking the time machine. Makise kurisu. Okabe Rentaro. Hashira Yutaru. The 3 of you will come with us. I don't understand. What's going on here? I can't answer that. This is a joke, right? You don't need to know. You can't resist. Come with us. But where? She doesn't intend to answer that either. But not going anywhere until you answer. You can't refuse. You have nowhere to run. We have men stationed throughout Akihabara. It was them. They sent the bomb threat. They stopped the trains. I don't want to hurt anyone. The 3 of you, come with us. Why? Why just the 3 of us? I'm not answering your questions. Come with us. It's your only choice. Okurin. Don't you think we should do what she says? But unless she tells me the reason. Moeka-san, you're a Lamam too, aren't you? An answer. Our mission
is to silence you.
Silence us.
Your refusal to come will change nothing.
Does that mean she plans to kill us?
一体
Who sent you?
誰の差し金だ。
Who are you people?
お前たち何者なんだ。
We are from CERN.
CERN?
M4
M4.
口を慎
Watch your tongue. Burden of knowledge is burdening. Anyways. Of course. Who else could it be?
Come with us. Now. If you continue to resist, I'll have to resort to extreme measures.
She points the muzzle at.
Shina Mayuri is not needed.
よせ。
Stop! Someone, anyone, please, stop her. Stop Moeka.
For CERN. For FB. For CERN. FB.
My blood curdles. No. A sharp, dry crack splits the air. Everything moves in slow motion. The raging flow of time grows gentle. Mayuri's body slowly crumples to the ground. The smell of gunpowder fills my nose. Yeah.
Mayuri.
Mayuri. Yeah. She's dead. Mayuri's dead. She isn't even twitching.
You three, come with us. Now. No more warnings. Resist. And we'll kill you too.
This is so fucked. I know, right? Welcome to Steins Gate. Go, Suzuho, go! Yeah, get those fuckers! Suddenly, Suzuho storms into the room, knocking down the invaders one after another without a moment's hesitation. Honestly, this is still such a cool shot. I really like the CG in the game for it. They did it justice for this still. She moves up to She moves to up a gun that one of them had dropped, and I don't think that's quite good English, but anyways.
Enough. Who are you? 42.
テレビ
TV.
点灯済み
Turned on. What? Don't move.
それはこっちの
That's my line.
That's when it hits me. 42. TV. Turned on. She's talking about the 42-inch CRT TV downstairs. And pick up future gadget number 4, Mode Snake, and pull the pin. White smoke instantly fills the room.
Okabe.
I'm going back.
But what if it fails?
I will save Mayuri.
マユリを助ける。
I might fail. I might even die. But I have to try.
Are you sure? You're sure you want to time leap? Really?
Do it, Kurisu! Activate the machine! I see blue-white light shining through the smoke. Wait for me, Mayuri. I'll cross through time to save you. So please, wait for me. My memories will leap. Leap to the past. Leap! And we're officially in Chapter 6, Metaphysics Necrosis. 2005.
mayuri.
We're getting a cute little flashback, but that's for next week. So, how are you guys feeling, especially those of you who are less familiar with Steins Gate and was not expecting that turmoil? You guys having a fun time still? They killed Best Girl? Yeah. You might have to get used to that. You didn't hear anything from me, though. This part always makes you want to figuratively shoot through your desk. That's real of you. Valid. Understandable. It's a little underwhelming how short this chapter is. But, yeah, that... Mayuri is just a critter. So true. Mayuri is the most critter. Tutturu's in chat. So true. Tutturu's in chat. So real. Yes, keep tutoring in chat. But we'll go ahead and catch you all next time, whenever that is. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I will make my stream schedule eventually. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow. If I make it tomorrow, it'll be posted on Discord tomorrow. If not, it'll be on Tuesday, like normal. But, yeah, I'll catch you all next time, whenever that is, be it for next week for more Steins Gate at the usual stream time, or any of the streams in between, or after. I don't control when you pop in. But until whenever that is, though. Bye-bye, everyone!